She's the monster we all fear, Medusa, the Gorgon who turns men to stone with a single glance. But what if everything you know about her is wrong? In this video, we'll uncover Medusa's hidden truth, from her curse's shocking origin to the secrets she still guards today. I'm Mythos, your guide through the realms of myth and legend. Subscribe to Beyond Mythology to join me on this epic journey every time. Let's dive into Medusa's myth, not as a monster, but as a symbol of power, tragedy, and secrets that still echo in our world today. Medusa's tale begins in the ancient depths of Greek mythology, where she was born as one of the three Gorgons, monstrous sisters with wings, claws, and a gaze that could turn any living being to stone. Her sisters, Stheno and Euryale, were immortal, but Medusa was not, a detail that would seal her tragic fate. She wasn't always a monster, though. Medusa started as a breathtakingly beautiful mortal, a devoted priestess in the temple of Athena, the goddess of wisdom and war. Her golden hair and radiant beauty caught the eye of Poseidon, the god of the sea, who pursued her with relentless desire. In a shocking act of betrayal, Poseidon assaulted Medusa within Athena's sacred temple, a desecration that could not go unanswered. But instead of punishing Poseidon, Athena turned her wrath on Medusa, transforming her into the creature we know today. Her golden locks became a writhing nest of venomous snakes, her face twisted into a horrifying mask, and her eyes gained the power to petrify anyone who dared to meet her gaze. Some ancient texts whisper that Athena's curse wasn't just punishment. It might have been a twisted form of protection, ensuring no man could ever harm Medusa again, turning her into a guardian of her own solitude. Exiled to a desolate island, Medusa became a figure of terror, her name meaning guardian or protectress in Greek, ironically reflecting her new role. Warriors sought her head as a trophy, but it was the hero Perseus who finally faced her. Armed with gifts from the gods, a mirrored shield from Athena, a helm of invisibility from Hades, and winged sandals from Hermes, Perseus avoided Medusa's deadly gaze by using the shield's reflection, beheading her in a single stroke. From her severed neck sprang two miraculous beings, the winged horse Pegasus and the giant Chrysaor, hinting at the divine power still within her. Perseus later gifted Medusa's head to Athena, who placed it on her shield, the Aegis, turning it into a symbol of protection and power. But Medusa's story doesn't end there. Her myth holds secrets that go far beyond the monster we think we know. Medusa's myth isn't just a story of a monster. It's a tapestry of symbols that reveal the fears and beliefs of ancient Greece, and even our own minds today. Let's start with her role in Greek culture. Medusa, as a Gorgon, embodied the ultimate other, a terrifying feminine force that the Greeks associated with chaos and the unknown, often feared in their structured society. Her snakes for hair weren't just a curse. They symbolized chaos and danger, but also wisdom and transformation, much like the serpent deities in other cultures, such as the Egyptian goddess Wadjet, protector of pharaohs. The Greeks feared the Gorgons as guardians of the underworld's thresholds, beings who stood between life and death, order and chaos. Medusa's petrifying gaze carried even deeper meaning. It was a metaphor for the fear of confronting the unknown, a paralyzing truth that the Greeks believed could destroy you if you faced it directly. This mirrors Plato's allegory of the cave, where those who see the light of truth are overwhelmed, as if turned to stone by its intensity. But Medusa's symbolism doesn't stop in ancient times. It resonates in modern psychology in ways that might surprise you. Carl Jung, the famous psychologist, would see Medusa as a perfect archetype of the shadow, the part of ourselves we repress, the raw, untamed emotions we fear to acknowledge. Her story reflects this struggle. Medusa, once a beautiful woman, becomes a monster after her trauma, a transformation that mirrors how we often turn away from our own pain, fearing its power over us. Her petrifying gaze can be seen as the frozen state of trauma itself. When we face someone's suffering or our own, we often feel paralyzed, unable to act or look away. Some scholars see Medusa as a symbol of untamed feminine energy, her snakes representing raw power, and her gaze a reflection of the inner chaos we all carry, forcing us to confront our deepest fears. In this light, Medusa isn't just a villain. She's a mirror, reflecting our hidden fears, our buried pain, and the truths we'd rather keep in the dark. Her myth challenges us to ask, what parts of ourselves are we afraid to face, and what happens when we finally look into the eyes of our own shadow? Medusa's myth doesn't end in ancient Greece. Her story echoes across cultures and centuries, revealing how universal her archetype truly is. Let's explore her connections beyond the Greek world. First, look to Hindu mythology, where we find Kali, a fierce goddess often depicted with wild hair and a terrifying presence. Much like Medusa, Kali is a destroyer of evil. Her untamed energy both feared and revered, and her association with serpents mirrors Medusa's own snakes, symbolizing raw power and transformation. In West African traditions, the water spirit Mami Wata shares striking similarities, often depicted with snakes and a mesmerizing beauty. She embodies both danger and protection, luring sailors to their doom while guarding sacred waters. Even in Mesoamerican myths, the Aztec goddess Coatlicue, known as the serpent skirt, carries a parallel energy, her skirt of snakes and severed head necklace echoing Medusa's duality of creation and destruction. These connections show that Medusa's archetype, a powerful, untamed feminine force, resonates across the globe, appearing in cultures that never crossed paths, as if her story taps into something primal in the human psyche. But Medusa's influence doesn't stop with myths. It lives on in spiritual practices through the ages. Her severed head, known as the Gorgon, became a potent symbol in ancient Greece, carved into shields, amulets, and temple doors to ward off evil spirits and protect sacred spaces. This tradition endured far beyond Greece. In the Roman Empire, Gorgonean mosaics were embedded in floors to guard homes from misfortune, and in the Byzantine era, her image adorned jewelry and coins, believed to deflect the evil eye, a curse feared across the Mediterranean. Even today, Medusa's protective power persists. Her face appears in talismans and artwork, from Italian cameos to modern tattoos, where people wear her image as a shield against harm, a nod to her ancient name, Guardian. In some spiritual circles, Medusa is invoked as a symbol of inner strength, her gaze a reminder to face the unknown with courage, not fear. Her story bridges the ancient and the modern, proving that Medusa is more than a Greek monster. She's a timeless archetype, woven into the fabric of human belief, guarding secrets that span continents and millennia. Medusa's myth has endured for thousands of years, her story weaving its way into every corner of human culture, from ancient temples to modern screens, proving her timeless power to captivate and challenge us. Let's explore her legacy and what it means for us today. In art, Medusa has been a muse for centuries. Her image graces ancient Greek pottery, where her wide-eyed Gorgon warned off evil and later inspired Renaissance masters like Caravaggio, who painted her severed head with a haunting realism that captures both horror and beauty. Her influence continued into the 20th century, with artists like Salvador Dali reimagining her as a surreal symbol of the subconscious, her snakes twisting into dreamlike forms. In popular culture, Medusa's presence is just as strong. She's a villain in movies like Clash of the Titans, where her petrifying gaze terrifies audiences, and a misunderstood figure in modern retellings, like the animated series Castlevania, where her story hints at deeper tragedy. Even in video games, Medusa appears as a formidable foe. Think of the God of War series, where Kratos battles her with the same mirrored shield as Perseus, echoing the ancient myth in a digital age. But Medusa's legacy goes beyond art and entertainment. It's a call to reflect on our own lives. Her story challenges us to question the narratives we've been told. Who decides what makes a monster? Is it Medusa, cursed by the gods and hunted by heroes, or the forces that condemned her in the first place? Her petrifying gaze forces us to confront our fears, much like Perseus used a mirror to face her. We can use reflection to face our own inner shadows, those parts of ourselves we'd rather avoid. Medusa's myth also reminds us of the power of transformation. From a beautiful priestess to a feared Gorgon, and finally to a symbol of protection on Athena's shield, her journey shows that even in our darkest moments, there's potential for rebirth and purpose. Today, Medusa's image lives on in countless forms, tattooed on skin as a mark of strength, carved into jewelry as a talisman, or studied by scholars as a window into the ancient mind. Her story asks us to look deeper, to see beyond the surface of the myths we inherit, and to find the truths they hold for us now. Medusa isn't just a relic of the past. She's a living symbol, urging us to face the unknown, to question what we fear, and to discover the strength that lies within our own transformations. What did you think of Medusa's hidden truth? Does her story change the way you see her? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm Mythos, and if you enjoyed this adventure, please like, share, and subscribe to Beyond Mythology for more epic tales. I'll see you next time.